Hey guys, the Huntsman here. I hope you guys are doing good. So today I wanted to do a review on the Olight Mini. I think it's a baldr Mini. It's pretty fancy light. It's latched, so you don't have the screw. It does have a set screw so you can tighten the latch, but once you unlatch it, it's fully adjustable. So I really like that a lot. The paddles, the last weapons light I had was a TLR3, and the paddles were kind of sloppy. These paddles are a lot different. Each side runs the same functions, and underneath you have your selector from laser to light and laser to just regular light. It's a 600 lumen light, so when it's fully charged, it's pretty bright. The only qualms that I've had with it so far is the battery life. It seemed to die on me pretty quickly today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge it and then just turn it on and see how long it lasts. So it might be an factory issue with the battery, or it just might be the light doesn't run as long as I think it would. Because I had issues with it sighting in the laser tonight. I ran it for a little bit, and then I ran just the laser. Obviously, when you run the light and laser together, it's going to draw a lot more battery, but it's been a pretty good light. I watched some torture tests on these. It held up fairly well. Actually, it held up really well. So, and also, what I also like about it is the magnetic charging port. It has an internal battery. I'm kind of still on the fence about that. But it's a budget light. So they call budgets. They don't know budgets in Maine, I guess. Now this is a budget light. It's like $160, which isn't too awfully bad for a light. I can't really justify paying as much for a light as I have my handguns. So it's very well built. They're waterproof, shockproof, as far as I've seen on torture tests anyway. I put a few rounds down with it on the other day. I think I put like 50 rounds through it, something like that, and yeah, it ran just like I took it out of the box. So yeah, it's held up. Like I said, the only issue that I had with it so far is it didn't seem like the lifespan, but I was kind of thinking, well, a battery you get a little more lifespan out of, and a battery is easier to swap out if it dies on you, but at the same time, are you really going to have time enough and the cognitive ability to swap a battery in your flashlight out in the middle of a firefight? As somebody breaks into your house, these lights aren't made for room clearing, like operative stuff. They're made for home defense. So typically, in a home defense situation, the whole scenario is going to last, just a few minutes. They're going to break in, you're going to step out, shots will be fired, and hopefully your weapon light is charged. But that's the difference, is if you're on a battery and your battery goes dim or dies, compared to, because you haven't checked it, compared to this weapons light where you can throw it on a charger in the middle of the night, and if something happens, you'll have a fully charged weapons light. Even with still having a weapons light on my firearm, I still carry a flashlight with me, because a flashlight should be your main source of light in the darkness, not a weapons light. You don't want to be waving guns around, especially when you have neighbors close by and stuff like that. So it's a lot safer to be, if you had to shut your light off and then use your weapons light for self-defense situation. Unfortunately, you know, things like that happen, but typically you'd want to be using a flashlight before you'd want to be using a weapons light, unless somebody broke in, obviously, or there was a situation where, you know, immediately you're not gonna take out your flashlight and you know you're gonna draw your weapons light. Other than that, yeah. So you don't just want to be around the yard waving around your gun with a weapons light on. So this is past the Huntsman's test so far. I will do a follow-up video on what I figure out for the time span of these at full charge. I'm gonna do a couple tests on it. So, and also it comes with one of these nifty little chargers here. It's a magnetic charger. It is a specialty charger. I guess you got to get the exact one if you want to get another one of these, but it's got a USB port plug-in to charge, so you can plug it into a laptop. Sometimes at night, if I've used it through the day for whatever reason, I'll throw it on a backup charger that I have. It's one of those portable chargers and stuff. So, cell phone charger block, anything like that. And then it just clips right on and charges. And this little clear piece glows either red or green to tell you whether it's charging or it's done charging. So, like I said, I am going to test out the times. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. It's not the coof, by the way. I am going to check out the times. This is a pretty bright little light. It did surprise me. Like I said, I ran a TLR3 before this, and I think it was like 180 or like somewhere in between 180 and 300 lumens. This one's 600. It runs 600 for a minute, and then after a minute it runs 100 lumens to save battery power. But like I said, it is a home defense weapons light. It's not a spend all night clearing rooms weapons light. So the best thing to do, you know, is not use it as much as possible and keep it charged. I mean, you want to test it out. You want to put rounds through it. You want to, you know, test its durability and stuff like that. And I think I read in the manual that they have a 2-year warranty on them. Factory, as long as you don't do no dumb stuff to it. But if anything happens, the laser burns out, the light burns out, the battery dies, it stops charging, whatever, buttons mess up, you can send it back and they will replace it. So I haven't dealt with Olight before, so I don't know how their customer service is. I know that, is it Streamlight? Yes, Streamlight makes the TLRs. They're really, really good to deal with. I've heard really good things about their customer service. So TLRs are definitely a good option, but we'll see what this light brings. So it's pretty fancy for now. It's a light laser combo, by the way, if you didn't catch that in the beginning. So this has been Huntsman 32. It's been great seeing you guys. Have a great day.